欢迎回来，再来看其他方面的消息。进入假日季，美国各大商家的折扣都丰富了起来。现在距离1年1度的黑色星期五折扣日还有几个星期的时间，但对于很多品牌来说，折扣都已经开始了，有一些甚至比盛大的节日更诱人。今天专家就总结了一些力度大、值得投资的商家折扣与消费者们分享。
Black Friday is still a few weeks away, but there are plenty of deals to be had in early November as well. Deal News recently listed some of the bargains available. Halloween just passed, and if you're a candy lover, that means there are large bags of treats out there of up to 50% off. And you can even stock up on Halloween decorations and costumes for next year at steeply discounted prices. Now, if you plan on traveling on New Year's, now is a good time to grab a bargain airfare. Airfare app Hopper says a good price for a round-trip fare is about $350. And if you're still in the market for back-to-school items, you can find some basics at reduced prices. And bakers, listen up. You may find bakeware on sale in early November. And watch for sales on flour, sugar, chocolate chips, and other baking essentials for the holidays. We're in fall and heading towards winter, but now is actually a good time to look for deals on summer camps. Camps are looking to lock in campers for next summer, and that means you can get a better rate now before the new year starts. For more on November bargains, check out the full report at dealnews.com.
More jingle at the cash register. A new report shows this year's holiday sales could grow as much as 4.2% compared to 2018, reaching a possible high of $730 billion. That's according to the National Retail Federation. And this is a critical time for retailers, with November and December sales accounting for 20% of annual sales. So the predicted rise is good news for retailers, who saw a small increase of only 2.1% last year. The NRF blames 2018's tariffs and the uncertainty over a government shutdown. But this is also good news for job seekers. The NRF expects retailers to hire more than 530,000 temporary workers to help with the high demand this holiday season. Experts credit the rise in holiday sales to job growth and higher wages. And it's not just brick and mortar stores seeing soaring sales. The NRF forecast finds online and other non-store sales are expected to increase as much as 14% to nearly $167 billion. For Consumer Watch, I'm Britt Conway.
美国研究人员领衔的科研团队获得了一种艾滋病病毒新毒株的基因组序列。在艾滋病病毒相关命名准则发布19年后，首次确认新毒株。美国国家过敏症和传染病研究所长安东尼·福奇在一份声明中说，目前的艾滋病治疗方法对这种毒株有效，公众没有理由产生恐慌。研究人员提醒民众，要遏制艾滋病的蔓延，必须不断关注病毒变异，使用最新技术监控其演变。
For the first time in nearly 20 years, a new subtype of the human immunodeficiency virus, or HIV, has been identified. HIV is the virus that causes AIDS. The newly identified strain is more like an ancestral strain and likely circulating in the Democratic Republic of Congo, according to a new study published in the Journal of Acquired Immune Deficiency Syndrome. Researchers at Abbott Laboratories in Illinois examined the strain in another specimen collected from the region as part of separate research on the prevention of HIV transmission from mother to child. The specimen confirmed the new subtype and the ongoing transmission of the virus in that part of the world as recently as 2001. Researchers hope identifying new viruses like this one will help ensure new pandemics are stopped. For today's Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
再来看娱乐方面的消息，科幻惊悚电影《隐形人》最近爆出了第一则预告片，引发了关注。这部影片由女星伊丽莎白·莫斯主演，讲述了一名科学家发明了隐身药剂，并深陷在实验中无法自拔，逐渐失去自我，对其他人造成不可控制的危险的故事。影片改编自1933年同名影片，将于2020年2月28日上映。
Oh, the set's amazing, isn't it? just breathtaking. Every time I walk in here.
Stephen King's Dr. Sleep heads to theaters this weekend. The sequel to Stanley Kubrick's The Shining features scenes that required filmmakers to recreate an iconic set from that film.
I was so fortunate that Warner Brothers and the Kubrick estate actually gave me his blueprints and his production design elements. So when we got to recreate The Overlook, we were actually recreating Stanley Kubrick's. Down to the annotations he'd kind of scribbled in the margins on the designs. Like I had access to all of that.
Everybody knows a family or a vet that might be having trouble. And take a minute and at least thank them.
Musician Joe Walsh hosts the 3rd annual Vets Aid concert this weekend in Houston, Texas. Walsh will be joined by some famous friends.
Doobie Brothers, ZZ Top, Brad Paisley, Jason Isbell, Sheryl Crow, me. Did I get them all? I got them all.
He was a sociopath, completely in control of everything. He said that wherever I went, he would find me, walk right up to me, and I wouldn't be able to see him.
Here's a first look at The Invisible Man. This modern spin on Universal's classic monster movie stars Elizabeth Moss as a woman whose abusive ex finds a way to become invisible, faking his death in order to stalk and terrify her. The Invisible Man creeps into theaters February 28, 2020. In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
本周上映的影片中最受关注的是惊悚大师斯蒂芬金同名小说改编的《睡梦医生》。这部影片是电影史上经典恐怖惊悚电影《闪灵》的续集。虽然距离第一部《闪灵》上映已经40年，但在影迷心中的地位依然很高。专家相信续集的上映将给电影院线带来相当的冲击。首周末至少会获得2500万到3000万美元的票房成绩。
I don't mean to ride the bus this far north. You're running away from something? I'm running away from myself, I guess.
Stephen King's Dr. Sleep follows a middle-aged Danny Torrance, played by Ewan McGregor, as he helps to protect another child gifted with the shine. Variety's and Deadline's experts concur Dr. Sleep will open with $25 to $30 million, enough to push Terminator Dark Fate out of the top spot at the box office.
You're magic. Like me.
I don't know about magic. I always called it The Shining.
Ewan McGregor is a grown-up Danny Torrance dealing with the trauma from the events of The Shining in Dr. Sleep. Jack Nicholson's performance in The Shining informed McGregor's.
I felt like there has to be this very important thread between me and Jack's character in The Shining. So I spent a lot of time watching him trying to sound a bit like him, or at least sound like a son sounds like his father.
The movie delves deeper into exploring the character's telepathic abilities known as the Shine.
Well, hi there. My character's its own entity in this. She doesn't travel between. She does not have to dip into, nor does she have to have any relations to the previous film. And that's kind of lovely.
13-year-old Kylie Curran, a newcomer to the big screen, dove right in to prepare for her role.
I read the script a lot of times, and then I read a little bit of Dr. Sleep to kind of get a grip, and then I watched The Shining 4 times. So that helped a little bit.
When I was a kid, there was a place. A dark place. They closed it down.
Oh, you! Again.
What do you mean again?
The holiday movie season arrives with Last Christmas, starring Game of Thrones actress Emilia Clarke. Variety's box office elves say Last Christmas could unwrap between $12 and $15 million.
I bet nothing's ever your fault, is it, darling?
You have thrown away your life working in some silly Christmas shop.
Ho, ho, ho.
Last Christmas stars Emilia Clarke as a young woman who hasn't had the best of luck and is trying to figure herself out.
Well, there's a thing. I mean, find me someone who's perfect. It doesn't exist. Being human can be really difficult, and being in your 20s can be even harder. So I just think that it was wonderful to get to play someone who's based in truth.
Oh, you! Again.
I'm Tom.
Kate.
Here we are.
Is this the bit where you murder me? You are so strange.
Henry Golding's Tom encourages Kate to appreciate life.
Boring, boring, boring.
I'm not bored.
I think the greatest sort of lesson that Tom implies sort of on Kate really is to sort of live in the present and appreciate kind of what she has rather than what she kind of thinks she wants.
Last Christmas, I was really sick and I nearly died. I don't tell people because they get weird, but I don't think you'll get weird.
No.
Writer and co-star Emma Thompson says the film is inspired by her beloved friend George Michael, whose music fills the film, and others close to her.
So everyone, the mum, everyone is based on someone we know. So there's nothing about the movie that's inauthentic. It's all real. It's all real people.
Why me?
It's always going to be you. You like? You're going to make mistakes, and that's okay.
Independence Day director Roland Emmerich brings a passion project to the screen with his World War II action flick Midway. Variety says Midway could land with a $13 million opening, while Deadline pegs it higher at $15 million.
We're a go for extraction.
No, wait, what?
Rounding out the weekend is the John Cena comedy Playing with Fire, which box office prognosticators for The Hollywood Reporter say is expected to smolder with a $7 to $10 million opening. In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
以上就是今天的汉天新闻，接下来请收看汉天生活报道。